friends, and welcome to another episode of Rural Contractors. I'm your host, Paul Osmondson, and today's topic is follow-up. What is your follow-up process? My wife's family lives in Montana. We were on our way back, driving straight through the night, 4 kids in the car, listening to this book on Audible called 10X. It's by Grant Cardone. Awesome book on sales, your sales process. So this had me fired up. I was driving straight through the night, getting all of these ideas, and everybody's sleeping. Normally, I get super tired where you're just nodding, trying to keep awake. But this book had me so engaged that what were my processes? It was a simple concept of they brought people into this conference, gave them a sales pitch. Everybody'd leave. As soon as it was over, they would call people back. They would have their salesman call them, like, hey, you just left? Come back here. We want to talk to you about this. That follow-up communication was so important. My process prior to this was I gave them a bid and I waited for them to call me back. That was it. If they didn't call me back, I never called them. I don't want to hound people to buy from me. I don't know how many bids I had given out that month before I went on vacation. Driving back through the night, I was in mountain time. So as soon as it was 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, hey, I'm going to call these people that I gave bids to. So 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm just going through the people that I've previously given estimates. And I'm going, hey, did you get somebody lined up to do your project? No, we haven't yet. They're just like, yeah, put us on your books. Just by this simple me calling them back a week to 2 weeks after I gave them the bid to just check in. I made this a standard of my practice. I set a timer in my CRM to call these people after a week and just check in. Hey, just making sure you got my email with the quote. Sometimes they go, hey, put me on my book. My goal is to either get them on my books or off my books. They either line somebody else up or I'm doing the project for them. So by using the CRM to set these reminders, if they didn't the first time, then I would set the reminder for a month. So they said, yep, got the email. We're not ready to make a decision yet. Perfect. Fine. Set the reminder for a month. In a month, I call them and say, hey, how are you coming on your project planning? And they're like, hey, we actually took so-and-so. Okay, not a problem. Thanks for letting me know. And a lot of them are thankful that you called them. Or they go, hey, we're still waiting on bids to come in. We don't know yet. Okay, I set it for another month. I call them in another month. And they're like, yeah, so-and-so never got back to me. Put us on the books. We want to do your project. Great. This is what I need for a down payment. Then I continue to use that CRM. Keep up on that communication. The whole thing is follow up. The CRM is the tool to your follow up. So follow up, get your bids, call them after a week. Set a reminder to call them again. It made a huge difference. I read that $20 book that I bought with my Audible credits, listened to it through the night, kept me awake. I've listened to this book 4 or 5 times. It's amazing the little bit that helped and did my business. He does a completely different business, but sales is sales. Follow-up is follow-up. Follow up with these people. It made a huge difference. I bet I sold $20,000 worth of jobs in that 2 hours after I read that book and just called those people. But making that my process, I don't know how many more jobs that got me. I remember the second time I did it, I'm like, okay, I got to call these people back. Say, hey, just making sure you got my estimate. I called, the guy's wife answered, and she goes, yeah, we want you guys to do the work. Put us on the books. It was so much money that I didn't think they would want to do it. And she just said, nonchalantly, yeah, put us on your books. We got to write you a down payment, and they mailed me a check. Huge difference to my business following up after giving the quote, the estimate. So I hope today's episode was valuable. We'll catch you on the next one.